Margin of Safety, Risk-Averse Value Investing Strategies for the Thoughtful Investor by Seth A. Klarman. Acknowledgments. While always interested in the workings of Wall Street, I was extremely fortunate in my first real job to have the opportunity to work alongside Michael Price and the late Max L. Hine at Mutual Shares Corporation, now Mutual Series Fund Incorporated. My uncle Paul Friedman always encouraged my interest in investing and helped me land that job. I look back on my experience at Mutual Shares very fondly. My learning in the 2 years working with Max and Mike probably eclipsed what I learned in the subsequent 2 years at Harvard Business School. It is to Max's memory that I dedicate this book. After earning my MBA at Harvard, I was faced with several exciting career choices. The unconventional offer to join a startup investment management firm in Cambridge, Massachusetts, presented the opportunity to begin building an investment track record early in my career. And so it was that I joined Bill Porvu, Isaac Arsbach, Jordan Bark, Howard Stevenson, and Joanne Bosworth in forming the Baupost Group. Each of my colleagues, Howard in particular, went out on a long, thin limb to bet on me and my abilities, not only to manage their own money, but also that of their families and close friends, which was perhaps the greater act of faith. It has been my great privilege to be associated with such knowledge, energetic, warm, and caring people. Together we have built something to be proud of. It has also been a privilege to work alongside Paul O'Leary, David Abrams, and now Tom Knott, my brilliant and dedicated investment team and in-house double games. I am grateful to each of them for his many insights and observations, a number of which appear in one form or another in this work. I am also fortunate to have some of the finest clients a professional investor could have. A number of them encouraged me to this endeavor. While I shall respect their privacy by not naming them, their patience, interest, and support have been key elements in our investment success. My 9 years at Baupost have brought me into contact with many of the finest people in the investment business, on both the buy side and the sell side. I am grateful to each of them for teaching me so much about this business and for putting up with me when I was having a bad day. Though they are too numerous to thank individually, I owe each of them a great deal. I do wish to thank the people who have been especially helpful with this project. My colleagues at Baupost, Howard, David, Paul, and Tom, each reviewed the manuscript as it neared completion, as did 4 special friends, Lou Louston, David Darst, Henry Emerson, and Brett Thompson. A number of other friends made very helpful suggestions at earlier stages of this project. Jess Ravish in particular offered many valuable insights into the junk bond and bankruptcy section. Finally, Jim Grant, perhaps without realizing it, inspired me to take on this challenge. I thank each of them for their help, and far more important, I will always cherish their friendship. My wife, Beth Klarman, offered the fresh perspective of a non-financial professional as she devotedly read every chapter and made numerous helpful recommendations. She also made every accommodation to help free up time for me to devote to this project, and urged me to press on to completion the many times when progress was slow. I thank her for being a great wife and mother and my best friend. My father, Herb Klarman, was perhaps the most careful reader of multiple drafts of this manuscript. He's a true craftsman of the art of writing, and his comments are literally incorporated on every page of this book. I thank him for this tremendous assistance. I also want to thank my mother, Muriel Klarman, for teaching me how to ask questions and encouraging me to discover the answers. Finally, I must acknowledge the extraordinary efforts of Mark Greenberg, my editor at Harper Business, and Mitch Tushman, my instrumental editor in improving this manuscript in so many ways. I thank them both for their help in seeing this project to fruition. I also owe thanks to Martha Jewett, who made helpful comments on an early draft, and special thanks to Virginia Smith, who proposed this project out of the blue. Jacque Fiorenza, Mike Hammond, and Susie Spiro were of enormous assistance with the typing and retyping of this manuscript. Catherine Botts made numerous editorial suggestions and helped to prepare the glossary. Carolyn Beckdorf provided research assistance as needed. As with any work such as this, full responsibility for errors must be borne by the author. I hope those that remain are minor and few in number.